All right, welcome back, everybody. This is October 5th. It is a Thursday. This is the first video in a while because Monday we had our first test, and Monday we actually had a review for our first test. Tuesday we had our first test. Yesterday was our current events day. Today we're kind of picking up into back into classwork. So today you got your first project of the year, at least the instructions for the first project. They are up on the screen right now. They can be downloaded through Canvas. So if you go to Canvas, and you see at the very top, letter to an immigrant family, this section right here at the very top. You can download this, and then you can see what we did for each day moving forward. So I'm going to go over slightly here what the instructions tell you and what you need to do for this letter. Now, you do not need to get this done in one sitting. This is going to be due, the due date up here is Thursday, October 12th. All right, so this is your due date at this point, and you can use that as your goal or due date for you. So when you have this due date there, you know that it's going to be due next week. Now, the first 2 days this week, for the rest of this week, Thursday and Friday, we're going to actually be doing work in class. You get work days to kind of work on your own and kind of go through this process, and I'll be here to kind of help guide you along the way. But your goal for this activity is to write a letter for new immigrant families seeking entrance in the United States in the 21st century. You must warn of what to expect if they are to set foot on American soil. You will also need to highlight how immigrants can thrive and or struggle in the U.S. during these years. You may use information from our class discussions to help refer to a time when it was better or worse for immigrants in this country. So you can give them ideas like saying, when you come to the United States, maybe getting some reliable form of health care under the Affordable Care Act, since that's something that currently exists today, forcing everybody to get medical insurance. That's something that immigrants back in the 1900s did not have. So using that is going to be something that's very, very crucial as pieces of evidence to say, hey, maybe it is better today. You know, get onto the train with this. That way you're able to receive these benefits as long as you're willing to pay for them. After you give these 5 tips, all right, give like tips and warn them what to expect, you're going to finish this letter by profiling an infamous or successful immigrant who arrived in the U.S. no later than the year 1990, so from 1990 to the present. Giving immigrants a profile of a success story or successful story can help them understand the amount of potential that's in the United States. So, first goal, provide 5 tips. You can bullet point these in the letter. You can bullet point the tip, and then in paragraph form right after the bullet point, you can explain why you believe that detail, or in detail, excuse me, why this tip will help that person or help that family moving forward in their pursuit of happiness. So I have some questions up here. You do not need to use these 5 topics, but if they help you stimulate what to think about, then that's perfectly fine. You may use topics or give advice related to these 5 questions. So something that can help you out there. You don't have to use every single one of these 5. Make sure that if you use some of them, and they help you out, that's perfectly fine. That's what they're there for, but it's not mandatory. All right. Next is the profile, the infamous successful immigrant. This is our work for this session here today. This is our work that we're looking at for Friday, for the 6th. This section up here, the 5 tips, is for today's work, so October 5th. So if you're watching this video on the 5th, you probably have been in class to complete this first part. You're providing 5 tips in the letter, 5 pieces of advice that will lead any immigrant to a safe life in their pursuit of happiness. So, given those tips, give them some of those details, and then you'll be good to go. The next day, if you missed for the 6th, your job is to find at least one immigrant who came into the country between 1990 to today, and really profile, give a short bio of who they are, where they come from, what are they known for in this country? Obviously, some that have had some successes. So maybe if you use like online research, online tools to help you find that person, that's perfectly fine. All I ask is you don't use an athlete, like basketball players, football players, baseball players, anything that shouldn't count for that. You're looking for someone who has done it like any other person might have done it without using athletic ability. So the background, country of origin, reason for moving, did they need educational opportunities or additional education upon arrival? What are they known for? Like what's the number one thing that they're known for, and how did they become successful, and who helped them along the way? So these are your goals for the end of this week. This one, brainstorm 5 tips and provide details. All right, and I have the questions that can help you along the way if you stumble upon you're not sure what to think about. Those questions are there. On Friday, it's this. All right, profiling somebody who came into the country between 1990 to the present, and then giving them give me a decent biography about those individuals. That way, if you write that letter, that person, whoever reads it, will see that there is such thing as successful immigrants. So that's the whole key. All right. The paper at the end, if you have these ideas down and you have them ready to go, this is, you can start typing up the letter, and we'll go into the format of that on Monday and Tuesday, which is what I'll get to on the next video. Okay. But if you print this out, you can see there is a rubric here with information. So if you are looking for what to do and how to fill this out, that's perfectly allowed. So print this out and you'll be good to go. This will cut out as a test grade, and again, the due date is Thursday, October 12th. Come Tuesday and Wednesday next week, the 10th and the 11th, because we will be in the library typing these up in class. Obviously, if you're not here, I can work with you to have an alternate due date for you. But if you have been here one of these days or anything like that, then you know the expectation. You know what is required of you at this point. So get that done. Take care of it. All right. See you guys next time.